So inverse, I believe Super Saiyan 3 is not a completed form because it requires you to have access to and mastery of your Ozaru powers. Now, do you require a tail? I don't necessarily believe that, but I do think that you require access and the mastery because you look at Goku's transformation, he has this moment where he goes from the Ozaru to a baby and back to the Ozaru, and then the transformation starts to really take effect. My real question is whether SSJ3 is an intermediate form, the way the grade forms are, or if it's a completed form in terms of its looks, but it requires that extra to basically stabilize itself. Now, going off of the look being what it is and it not changing, I would definitely say that in getting access and mastery, you would be able to like stabilize it and use your powers more effectively. It's kind of weird how that is the only form that cannot be mastered when there's a whole bunch of other forms that are out there being, used a lot more. It's weird that something like Ultra Instinct, for example, would be used more than Super Saiyan 3, considering Ultra Instinct is a way bigger category of issues. Now, you look at the fact that there's other versions of Goku and Vegeta out there that have gained access to Super Saiyan 4. Generally speaking, they're not going to go to 3 because 3 has too much instability in it, which further brings in more questions on if the Super Saiyan forms are interconnected. I have a belief that they're a technique that are kind of separate from each other, but just kind of leads to the next one. And the reason I think so has primarily to do with the fact that you would think it would require you to master Super Saiyan 3 in order for 4 to work. But we've seen that happen in other iterations where 4 can be mastered pretty easily and it's not the same as 3 whatsoever. Which now leads me to the fact that I think that Goku and Vegeta and Broly can master this, but Broly and Vegeta are definitely going to have an easier time compared to Goku, primarily because Broly already has access to the power. He just needs to control his rage and he's good. I wonder if Vegeta is going to need his tail to be able to access the power and then master it because he already mastered it. He just needs to access it. Goku, on the other hand, is different where he's never actually in his adult life master his Ozaru form. So it would require him to actually go through a process of first getting it and then mastering it. The last time he really put any real effort into touching it was when he fought King Piccolo. And even then, he only tapped the power. I don't think he used the whole thing. At the end of the day, I wonder if they'll ever give them the opportunity to go back and master the form and really put effort into completing it based off of the information they've gathered being in God form and so on. So, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.